Hello. This is Hayes coming at you live from my bedroom. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, I need to say this because no one else wants to without softening it. I love Fallout. I have played 3, 4, and New Vegas. I've replayed them time and time again. I've modded 4 until it screams. And then, of course, I know just about most of the lore, right? I mean, I already have my copies right over here. This is my first copy of Fallout 3. I got this from GameStop for like $8. It's actually a blockbuster case. If you this is pretty funny, right? This is my copy of Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition. It didn't come with a manual. I just decided to put it there because I was in the blockbuster case. And then of course the crown jewel, Fallout New Vegas. I have all of the DLC on my Xbox actually. And then of course one of the most controversial Fallouts, Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. It is fun, dude. And then of course over here in my back, right over there, I actually have my a physical copy of season 1 of the Fallout show. But yeah, anyway, but the Fallout fandom, one of the most insufferable, self-sabotaging fandoms in gaming. And before anyone types, not all Fallout fans, congratulations, this video is not about you. This is about patterns. And these patterns are questionable at least, bad at large. Anyway, Section 1, Real Fallout Elitism. Let's start with the classic. That's not real Fallout. This sentence has been a staple to the fandom since Fallout Tactics. Yeah, you can go on old forums on like No Mutants Allow or any archived interplay forums, and you'll still see people talking about stuff like Fallout Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel being not real Fallout. And then that became even true when Fallout 3 released in 2008, right? And then of course examples, Fallout 3 launches, immediate reaction on forums was Bethesda doesn't understand Fallout. First person ruined the series. Then Fallout 4 launches, this is just a looter shooter. Dialogue wheel dumbs everything down. Man, we don't even have to talk about Fallout 76. And then New Vegas gets crowned the one true gospel, despite the fact that it reuses Fallout 3's engine, aka Gamebryo. It shipped broken, and it required even more community patches to function properly than 3, I'm pretty sure. You yeah, you can still find old threads from like 2010, anywhere from the 2000s, complaining that New Vegas was unfinished, buggy, and just ugly. But now it's suddenly flawless? That's not critique to me. That feels more like nostalgia embalming, right? Alright, section 2. New Vegas fans who won't move on. Let's talk about that subgroup. If you're if you like New Vegas, then good on you. I'm mainly talking about like the ones that had to make it their personality. Alright, we already know the ones. Every Fallout discussion, some that just so happens to circle back to New Vegas. Every Fallout video has a comment like, this is why New Vegas did it better. And then every mod showcase is treated like proof that Obsidian should be handed the franchise forever. Despite the fact that like not every modder wants their mod to be turned into ammunition against Bethesda. Then of course, then New Vegas being like 15+ year old, at some point appreciation turns into grief. The Mojave didn't freeze time, you did. Section 3, just modded is not a defense. Of course, anytime Fallout 4 gets criticized, the response is immediate, just modded. Cool, let's unpack that. Guess what? The actual reality is Fallout 4's base dialogue system is 4 options and most likely often say the same thing. Role-playing depth reduced compared to Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and then skill checks are being removed from dialogue entirely. And instead of saying, yeah, that was a downgrade, the fandom says, there's a mod that fixes that. Mods are not a shield against criticism. If your mod requires script extenders, load order spreadsheets, and just praying that the game doesn't crash when you head to Diamond City, then the base game failed its role. Mods are seasoning, not the meal. Section 4. The lore lawyers. Fallout fans absolutely love lore. Maybe a bit too much. Some of you don't play Fallout. Some of them just straight up cross examine it. Everyone already knows the common complaints like T60 power armor not existing before Fallout 4, endless arguments about Jet's origins, the power armor timelines, then of course whether ghouls should like age or or if like children could get ghoulified. You already know which what quest I'm talking about. Kid in the fridge, Billy the kid in the fridge. Then of course you can't forget the Fallout show, like technology placement, faction timelines. This contradicts a terminal entry from Fallout 2. Meanwhile, the Fallout canon includes a psychic people talking death claws. Well, yeah, I know they have that because, well, the enclave and all that. Literal aliens, that one time travel random encounter in Fallout 2, and of course drugs that can just raise your special builds. Listen, Fallout is retro futuristic satire, not a hard sci-fi bible. If Fallout were consistent, then to me it wouldn't feel like Fallout. And of course, Section 5, a little bit back to New Vegas. The NCR versus Legion Discord just straight up never ends. This debate should have stayed in the 2010s, and yet here we are. NCR fans are always like, they're flawed but democratic. Ignore corruption, imperialism, and resource collapse. But the insufferable Legion fans going like, they keep the roads safe, and there's no taxes. But guess what? They downplay slavery, genocide, and misogyny. Obsidian did this on purpose, of course. Neither faction is good, neither faction is meant to be defended like a sports team. If you think Fallout is about choosing the correct faction, then you miss satire like a one intelligence character missing a than a one intelligence character or missing a 95% chance to hit in bats. Then now for section 6. Media literacy failure. Fallout is political. This is not debatable. The actual evidence includes Fallout literally opens with war. War never changes. Vault-Tec experiments are critiques of corporate greed, authoritarian control, dehumanization. The Enclave is a parody of fascism, nationalist supremacy, and technocratic elitism. And yet, people unironically idolize the Enclave, while take is treated as cool evil. Then, of course, Caesar's Legions gets aestheticized. And then, this is like watching Starship Troopers and thinking, wow, maybe the bugs were the problem. Fallout is laughing at you. Section 7. The Fallout Show meltdown that I keep seeing everywhere. Because guess what? When the Fallout Show was announced, the Fandom did what it does best. Panicked. Actual reaction. This will break lore. Bethesda can't write. Why isn't this New Vegas? This doesn't feel Fallout. Before even a single episode even aired. Then the show drops. Respects the setting, expands the universe, and introduces Fallout to a new audience. And suddenly the goalposts were moved to, well, it's fine, but then some fans so want Fallout expanded, they want it sealed and never touched again. Section 8, probably the most famous ones, Fallout 76 Trauma Brain. Yes, we all know Fallout 76 launched badly, that is a fact. But the fandom turned it into a personality, a permanent argument ender, and a way to dismiss anything Bethesda ever does. The actual pattern. Any Bethesda discussion can go after, yeah, but Fallout 76 though, even after major updates, NPCs were added, and the systems reworked. You can still dislike the game, but if you're still using 76 as a universal kill switch for discussion in 2024, but if you're still using 76 as a universal kill switch for discussion in 2026, you're not critiquing, you're just stuck. Section 9. Everyone knows this, whether you like it or not. The horniness. We need to talk. Sure, anthropomorphic depth claws are hot. I can get that. Maybe a little bit of power armor thirst. Then, of course, we can't forget the countless mods that sexualize all the female characters. I'm looking at you, Nexus, for any mod for Piper, Synth Curie, Kate. You already know who we're talking about. Fallout is a nuclear waste full of radiation sickness, famine, and trauma. And yet, some of the people treat it like a costly pinup generator. Like, at least be honest about it. Don't pretend it's lore appreciation. Why did you give the Deathclaw tits? It needed them so it can nurse its children. Anyway, Section 10, the core problem. The Fallout fandom wants change, but not too much. Innovation, but only the parts they like. New games, that feel exactly like their first Fallout. That's impossible. Fallout has always been messy, contradictory, political, and uncomfortable, and that's the point. Here's my outro. Fallout isn't perfect. It never was. It never will be. The fandom's biggest enemy isn't Bethesda. It's the inability to let Fallout evolve without panicking. If you love Fallout, you should let it grow, not let it fossilize. And if this video pissed you off, good. That means it worked. Anyway, that'll be it for this video. This is my last video so far. That I don't really got anything else to say. I don't care if I get called like a tourist after this, but I don't really care. Uh, I really do love Fallout. I've been playing it for 2 years. I actually got Fallout 4 back in 2023. In I think it was the summer. I'm pretty sure. I forgot, but yeah, sometime in 2023. Then and then I at first I didn't really get into it, of course. But that's because I didn't have that. But that was because I was still going through my Pokemon phase, of course. But then that died down, and I decided, you know what? Let's pick something up again, see if I get into it or not. And then I was then I decided to like sign up for the Bethesda site so I can get mods, and then that's when it all happened. That's how I got into Fallout because Fallout 4, because I downloaded mods for Fallout 4, and that's what got me into it. And then actually in January of 2025, that's when I got Fallout 3. It was pretty enjoyable for like a few months when I was playing it. Yeah, I really did enjoy it. I just didn't like it at first because, well, despite it being made in 2008, like being janky, there's no mods. Then of course guns weren't really the best and all that. Um, then after that, well, I mean, actually, I was surprised when I was trying to finish Fallout 3, and it just ended. Like, like I didn't even know I had to get the Broken Steel DLC just to continue it. That actually surprised me, and I was like, "What? I have to own a DLC just to keep playing it? Interesting, I guess." Then yeah, after like a few months of not playing 3 and just replaying 4 multiple times, I actually did get Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition a while back, in 2025. I do not know when, but yeah, I did get it. Then I already showed you my copy over here. Um, and I also got New Vegas the same day, on the same day as well. I actually did like New Vegas for when I first got it. It was like pretty fun. I really did like to gamble and all that. Then actually I had to like keep playing New Vegas for like a few months, like just base game because I didn't have the DLC. And for a few months it had to be like that, so I had to just suffer with just base game. And then I got the DLC, or well, my brother got me the DLC after I helped him with some work and all that. Then that was when it clicked for me. That's how I knew that Fallout was for me. That yes, I will learn everything Fallout related. I will, I will mod it. I will make a series about this. Yeah. Um. So while on the topic of of my Fallout appreciation. A few months ago, I got done writing this 8 season show. Cause if you didn't read my YouTube description or my Twitter description, I want to learn Blender and like how to animate stuff, of course. So a while back, I made a show based in the Fallout universe. I call it Wasteland Sentinels. I finished it a few back in June or July. But yeah, it was pretty fun to make the show. Like it really did. Like sure, it doesn't make sense if you think about a continuity. Like to understand me for the season, season one is set in set in New Vegas, so in the Mojave, and then the capital Wasteland. No, no, no. Season two is set in the Commonwealth. Season three is the capital Wasteland, and then season four, five, six, seven, and eight are all on based in the DLCs. Although they're not exact like that. Um, uh, I know this is too hard to explain and all that, but yeah, it's I had a ton of fun with it, of course. I really do want to animate it someday, but however, no, right now it's not that day, cause some rules and all that with the computer that I'm using to talk to y'all with. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really got anything else to say other than have a good day. Oh wait, that actually rhymes. Huh, that actually rhymes. Yeah. Anyway, have a good day. Please be civil in the comments, please. After all, this is my true longest form video, and have a good day. Be nice. Be happy. And please, if you have any bad opinions, just spread them into your echo chamber, of course. So you can always get that. Yeah, it's this is this thing is bad. I don't like it. But yeah. Anyway, be good. Good day. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day. I don't really know how to make videos. Anyway, see ya.